Hey, so in this quick video right here, I just want to talk to you truckers out there that's leased on the trucking companies and give you guys some advice when it comes to what you should be asking and what you should be looking out for. You know, so that's gonna be the content, man. Look at these guys out here riding on their bikes. Somebody got that Lil Wayne going. Stunting like my daddy on that bike. Man, talking about this coronavirus and all of this stuff going on out in this world. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm glad I took my money out the stock market years ago. You know, because the stock market is not doing so hot right now. And I had to realize I gotta start taking my money that I work for and actually invest it into myself in investment vehicles that I can actually control, that I can control. I can't control the stock market. You guys can't control real estate, you know, but you can control who you are and your hustle and your drive. So you might as well start betting on yourself. That was the best decision ever. I probably could have lost a lot of money in the stock market because of this coronavirus that is shutting down the world out here. Man, bills still got to be paid. I still got dreams. I still got goals I need to accomplish. They shutting down schools. They're shutting down jobs. They're restricting travel. Man, it's crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all, if the world is coming to an end right now, you better go hard. You better go hard. Because you still got bills to pay. You still got goals you need to accomplish. The media will always blow up stories out here. And is it a big deal? Yeah, it's a big deal, you know? But you still got a life that you have to live. You still have a life that you have to continue. Stop worrying about what's going on out here in the world. Continue to live your life. And don't let this situation in this moment stop you. So, that's it, man. I'm going to continue my workout. Actually, I'm just starting it right now. Beautiful day out here. When I come back, I'm going to tell you guys out there some things to watch out for when you truckers are leasing on to these trucking companies. Hey, so let's go ahead and roll off into this content for the day. You know, so I just want to put this out there, especially to you truckers that's leased on the trucking companies out there. When you guys are leasing on to these trucking companies, I have a video that I did mid to end of last year, basically going over what questions should you ask the company that you're leasing on to. So today, I just want to put out some more information for you truckers that's leasing on to trucking companies, or if you are already currently leased on to a trucking company. Some of you guys right now are leased on to trucking companies out there, and those trucking companies are dispatching you. So I'm gonna put this information out there today because I believe it's a problem in the trucking industry with companies that are leasing on truck drivers. And the only reason why I say this is because multiple people have told me they have experienced this with either the company that they're currently leased on to or a company that they previously leased on to. So when you lease onto a company, that company more than likely will be dispatching you. Like I told you in another video, I don't know if I put it out yesterday or a couple of days ago. When you lease onto a company, see if you could either self-dispatch yourself or that company will dispatch you. So this is for you guys out there that's leased onto the trucking companies that is currently dispatching you. Sometimes what I'm noticing just from some of the people that I'm talking to is that some of these companies that are leasing on truckers, these guys are really, this is another form of double brokering. These guys are taking money off the rate that they got from the broker, and they're giving it to their truckers that's leased on to their company for a lower rate. So whether they're altering the actual paperwork that they're sending over to the truck driver with a lower rate, or some of you guys out there that's leased on to a trucking company don't even get any type of paperwork. You just get dispatched to the location, you know, with an actual verbal or an email that says how much money that load, you know, is paying. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. That's leased on to these companies out there. You know, so what I tell the people that's leased on to my trucking company, I tell them on my rate confirmation, there's going to be the freight broker's number or the shipping company, whoever I got that load from that day. Feel free to call them and ask them how much did that load really pay. You know, so I'm basically letting them know you could call them up and ask them, you know, because I don't never want anyone that's leased on to my company to feel that I'm not doing business the right way. So for you truckers that's leased on to a company out there, make sure you guys can have some type of access to calling up the broker, the brokerage firm, you know, for the load that you're currently on, to make sure that you are getting the rate. Because as a person in a trucker that's leased on to a company, you're entitled to the full rate that is coming from the actual freight broker that the leased on company has booked for you. They're just taking a percentage off of your weekly and monthly revenue, whatever adds up, you know, to the loads that was hauled. So that is another form of double brokering too out there. So hey, you guys be on the lookout for that, and call up some of those freight brokerages or shipping companies that's on the rate confirmation and actually confirm that rate. And if that rate is different, just don't do business with your lease on company anymore. You know, I mean, there's not really a whole lot that you can do. You know, maybe you could take them to court or something, you know, and try to get a few $100s or whatever, you know, that you feel that was lost. But just make sure you're doing your due diligence when it comes to just making sure how much money you guys are making out there, man. You know, there was a gentleman that told me a story the other day ago, and I've heard it multiple times, but this gentleman actually, you know, shared a story with me. You know, he said he was leased on to a certain company, and he just started to notice that the rates seemed like they were just too low. You know, so he started to question them, and they were just basically saying, oh man, this is just the rates now. Everyone wants to use the trucking industry is basically going down. So that's what that lease on company was telling him. And then he said he pretty much got smart one day and actually called the freight brokerage that was on the load confirmation that was emailed over to him. Because as truckers that's leased on the trucking companies, you guys should be getting the actual rate confirmations too, you know. And if the trucking companies that you're leased on to is not giving you rate confirmations, make sure you guys start requesting it out there. But that rate confirmation can be altered too. So that's why sometimes you might just want to call up the freight brokerage just to confirm that rate, you know. So he said he called up that freight brokerage, and basically that freight brokerage told him, nah man, we actually, that load was for $1,500. But he said on the rate confirmation, it said like $1,200 or something like that. So basically that lease on company altered that rate confirmation. So Manny, why are you talking about this, and why are you putting it out there and telling people? is because, man, it's all about maximizing your profit out there. Some of you guys that's leased on to these trucking companies out there, you guys are not maximizing your profit, you know, and it might be because maybe that trucking company that you're leased on to is not doing ethical business, you know. And this is why I always preach and I always stress to you guys out there, man, go get your own authority. If you own your own truck, why not go get your own authority? So you don't have to be worrying about that, you know. Like I tell everybody that's leased on to my trucking company, lease on for the convenience and get the knowledge if you want to, but your ultimate goal should be going to go get your own authority at the end of the day. I'm just on this YouTube and putting out these videos to promote business ownership and entrepreneurship at the end of the day. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for those trucking companies that you're leased on to. Make sure that you're getting the accurate rate that was given to them from the freight broker. And also, some of you truckers that's leased on to companies are still paying for your own commercial insurance. So make sure what you're paying for is actually what the company is paying out to their insurance. Because 9 times out of 10, you will run under the company's insurance. They're going to add you onto their insurance and you're just going to pay for your own premium. Or sometimes the trucking company that you're leased on to will pay a percentage towards it or whatever. It's really up to the trucking company. But I talk to a lot of people that's leased on to trucking companies, and a lot of you guys out there are actually paying for your own commercial insurance. So make sure that commercial insurance, if you're paying $1,500 a month, make sure that's what they're paying to the actual company too. You know, ask to see the documents, ask to see the paperwork to make sure that you are paying what they are paying to the to the actual insurance company. Because I know some of these companies out here, what they're going to do is tell you it's $1,500, you know, for your monthly insurance, but your insurance might only be $1,000 or $1,100 or somewhere around there, and that company will just be putting $300 or $400 in their pocket, you know. So man, just make sure you guys out there doing business the right way, you know, and make sure you guys are taking care of these truckers out there too, you know. And I'm talking to you people out there that have lease on companies that are potentially doing this type of stuff, you know. Have respect for the trucker, man. I never know what hat I'm gonna be wearing. One day I might be wearing my trucker hat. One day I might be wearing my dispatcher hat. The next day I might be wearing my broker hat. The next day I might be wearing my ownership of being a boss in a lease on trucking company, you know. So I'm just gonna give y'all my point of view and my aspects from all different angles out there, you know. So make sure y'all doing business and doing it the right way too, you know, when it comes to leasing on truckers to your company out there. So man, if you guys have any questions out there, man, hit me up on my email, broker@manniestrans.com. Go visit my website, www.extraordinarymovement.com. Go get you 30-day free trial with DAT. Go sign up with TAFS, Transcend Financial Services. Everything is in the description box below. If you don't know how to get to the description box because it's very inconvenient, there is a little small triangle to the right hand side right below the actual title of this video. Just click that and the actual description will pop up. Also, I'm on vacation until March the 17th, which is Tuesday. So if any of you guys out there have been trying to contact me or email me, I'm on vacation and I'll be back March 17th, next Tuesday. CEO, commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.